Were people, little girls, and whoa, we just heard a very, very loud explosion. You can't see much around me, but you might be able to see some of the grass here. Some of the brush is really moving almost sideways. Today was supposed to be the 4th day of class at Umpqua Community College. It's not. This SUV, which is being towed as we speak, was just sitting on its roof completely upside down. It had rolled here with 3 kids inside it. If you drive by South Washington Street in Kennewick, you'll see them. All 5 of them. Last time a major presidential candidate visited Yakima was 1999. Bernie Sanders will change that tonight. Not directly in the car, of course, but online on their Twitter page. What firefighters will be able to do with these new cameras is find people in smoke-filled rooms when they can't even see a foot in front of them, or in this case, just with the lights off. Now this is my good friend Spike. Hi Spike, how you doing? He's a porcupine, appropriately named of course. Take a look over here. This fire set this morning got so hot that it nearly melted the grill right off of that Ford truck. You can barely even tell that that's a Ford sticker in the front. To show you how thick this ice is right beside me, this is about 3 inches right here. The guy who really makes things run around here is JJ. You're the box manager, right? Do you love your job? What do you love about it?
I do. A lot.
Investigators in Seattle this morning are still working to figure out how a gas leak started, causing a massive explosion yesterday morning. It's the 3rd straight day we broke records in Yakima, reaching 103. Pasco, 2nd straight day for the Tri-Cities of breaking records. So overall, a very hot day and hasn't even cooled off that much. After 2 games in the NBA Finals, it was dethrone King James, take away his scepter, because all kings have scepters. After Game 3, it's now a Splash Brothers drought. Point is, things changed very quickly in the finals, and oh my, did they change tonight. A must-win for Cleveland, and they acted like it early. Richard Jefferson starting in place of injured Kevin Love, hitting the corner 3. Old man Jefferson is pumped up. 9-0 to start the game. Didn't get much closer. 3rd quarter, Curry continues to be bottled up. Turnover, fast break, and wow. There's something unexpectedly peaceful about a cemetery at dusk.
It's extremely calming. It really is.
You'll often find Sherilyn Jacobson here at Fort Walla Walla Cemetery.
I'm sitting in the middle of history.
But she isn't relaxing. She's scrubbing away.
This section is where the officers are buried.
Cleaning up history.
It's my understanding that these are the men that were killed in action during the early Nez Perce Wars in 1877.
All veteran headstones in Walla Walla are getting a good, deep clean, thanks to Jacobson.
I think in the past, all the city has had time and resources to do is maybe a power wash.
She's volunteering countless hours of her time and energy to spraying, rinsing, and scrubbing. Jacobson says she loves it.
Oh. It's a joy. Yeah, I really do enjoy it.
But it's more than just the new shine on these graves. Jacobson can relate to these anonymous headstones.
I was an enlisted person, so that's why I started over there. I was actually in the Army Reserve and the National Guard for 20 years, and I started here in Walla Walla in the medical detachment. Yeah.
Wow. She started this project in the summer and has grown to a lot more than just cleaning.
This tombstone right here.
At Mountain View Cemetery, Army veteran John Arthur Regier fought in World War II, but the ground in which his body laid sat unmarked for decades.
It was just a blank space between 2 graves.
Until Jacobson found his unclaimed tombstone at the local monument shop. In September, the Honor Guard, including Jacobson, conducted his long overdue graveside service.
Since there was nobody to ask, we're not even sure how to pronounce the gentleman's last name. We've just been calling him Art. Because he's one of us. We're all comrades.
Today, Jacobson continues with the mission at hand.
By next spring, they will look like they were just placed here.
Because to her, they aren't anonymous.
Because I am one.
It starts out like a normal day in court. Inmates leave the room with armed guards. According to the timestamp, less than a minute later, the escape is on. Gerald Hyde II somehow gets away from the guards and runs out of the empty courtroom. Before he leaves, he takes off his shirt to cover the handcuffs still on his wrists. Hyde then runs through the hallways of the Justice Center, leaving his orange jail-issued shoes behind. He then runs outside through the front doors barefoot alongside everyday people. We were the only news crew there when Hyde was brought back into custody 3 miles away at the Pepper Tree Village Apartments on North Arthur Street. The first question we had for Commander Law with the Benton County Sheriff's Office: what happened in the minute between the end of court and Hyde frantically running out of the courtroom?
And as they were going through that area, Mr. Hyde stepped off into a corridor and a bit of a blind spot for the officer. In a perfect world, we would have caught it, and he wouldn't have been able to get to that void and blind spot. And I would call that human error.
Commander Law says this escape was very rare.
We've had close to 250,000 inmates quartered to and from court over the last 15 plus years, and this is the first that I'm aware of that we've had an inmate escape from custody.
The Sheriff's Office has changed things because of Hyde's escape. Corrections officers are now positioned differently so inmates can't move into a blind spot. Officers also lock all courtroom doors when the court is in break. If Hyde did this today, he would be physically trapped inside. The goal for the Sheriff's Office is pretty clear.
Well, the hope is that we go 15 years and move 250,000 inmates back and forth to court and have 0 escapes. That's the goal, and I think that's achievable.
Tennis has a captivating rhythm, a mesmerizing back and forth, in and
out,
giving players a sense of power. That's what Savannah Forbes loves about the game.
It makes me feel really in control.
For Savannah, control is something she hasn't had very much of lately. While most 16-year-old girls will be thinking about school, boys, and clothes, Savannah was thinking about survival.
So I actually, I have a scar that goes from my ear all the way across my head.
Savannah's condition started without warning.
I was at a summer camp and I got a really bad headache one day and just got really sick. I thought I had a migraine, and they did a CAT scan and found that I had a brain bleed.
That same weekend, Savannah planned to see her favorite musician, Taylor Swift, in concert in Seattle. A cruel twist of fate put her at Harborview Medical Center, right down the street from the concert at CenturyLink Field.
And I had to have 2 brain surgeries.
Hey Taylor, so I was supposed to come to your concert this weekend.
You might even remember Savannah from her videos shared online thousands of times.
It would make my wildest dreams come true though if you would give me a call or come visit me here at Harborview Medical Center.
After surgery, doctors didn't know if Savannah would ever fully recover. Somehow, she's fought her way back to practicing with Kamaikan's varsity tennis team. And she's not just practicing, she's playing, and playing well.
Good rally, girls. Very nice.
Savannah's mother, Pamela, who goes to every game, can hardly describe what it was like to almost lose her daughter.
There was a time when she became unresponsive, and it was the most terrifying moment of my life.
Pamela just knows
You got this, babe.
she never wants to see her daughter like that ever again.
I was terrified for what the future might hold for her, and I'm so thankful that this is her future.
As for Taylor Swift, well,
She never called me.
are you upset about that at all? Or?
I was a little at first, but she's a busy lady. It's okay.
She still loves Taylor Swift, so it's all good.
Savannah has a spirit that's been unbreakable.
I think there's so many things we take for granted, just like being able to walk. After surgery, I couldn't walk. I tried to walk and I was stepping on my own feet. I think everybody just needs to value every day that they have.
30-40 first serve.
After almost losing everything, Savannah now has control over what she calls her second opportunity.
Out.
And Taylor, if you're watching, there's now a second opportunity for you to make that phone call.
Good job, Savannah.
Just don't expect Savannah to wait around for it.
Awesome. Nice job.